Hi, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. I am back in full effect. Let's see if we can get this lighting in here doing well. Yeah. All right. Let's get started. Okay, so you all know I had to cut it short about a half hour ago simply because I was a little stuck with the product that I was using. My little toggle wasn't toggling, as they say. Anyhow, so now we are back, and we actually got some really great videos of hail that fell across portions of Connecticut. So we're so excited to show you that in just one moment. But in the meantime, take a look at what's happening in South Dakota, in Wisconsin, in Minnesota. So moving through the UP, lots of storms, as we talked about. Can you see that swath of moisture moving from the southwest towards the northeast, up and across, cutting through the four corners, and then now really influencing the southern central plains, and then moving up through the UP, the Upper Peninsula. Now, across the East Coast, though, if you take a look there, you can see there are some storms marching just offshore. So this is what we're talking about. We had an amazing contribution from somebody in Connecticut, a really amazing video of hail. So you can see those storms just offshore. We were just tracking that one storm cell that was moving through New York City rather, and then into New Jersey, and it's continuing to move offshore. So very active weather. As I said earlier today in my last live, we were looking at an area of high pressure that's just what they call a locked area of high pressure. It's blocking the atmosphere. Slow mover sometimes just doesn't really budge. It's going to continue to expand, and as it does, that's when we're definitely going to see issues as far as like that area of high pressure expanding with that heat to boot. All right, so we're going to look at that closely for you, but I did want to show you. Thank you so much, Mike Cusano from Connecticut, who gave us this hail report, this update that was given to us today. And thank you so much to Jay Dubensky, who got all this together for us and sent it to us. We are not kidding. He measured an inch in diameter of hail. So this is outstanding. And thank you so much, Mike, for following us across our platforms, by the way. Thank you so much. We're excited about that. But look at this. Are you guys watching us on our weather co-op pages across YouTube, X, Facebook, and Twitch? You will see, and of course, Instagram. You will see our hail reports that were given to us by Mike Cusano of Connecticut. I think he's blown away by this, you can tell. But I like the shaking at the end. So this was yesterday. A combination of yesterday, there were some storms, and today. So I have to get the exact date, but yeah, pretty amazing, isn't it? But yeah, he recorded an inch in diameter as far as the hail is concerned, okay? So let's keep this party bus moving because this is really amazing to see. Look at that hail. Look at how, you have to understand. So whenever like hail is coalescing and it's all coming together and it's just, the term accretion, it's all just coming together. All of that updraft, all of that energy, it's pretty amazing that these hailstones were about an inch in diameter, and so he recorded. Of course, we can always get more information from the National Weather Service. I'm pretty sure he would have submitted it because it was one for the history books. We don't normally see inch hail in Connecticut, so thought that this is a great one for us to share with you guys. All right, now let's go ahead into our current temperatures across the country. So we're going to focus in the middle of the country first, right? Because that's where that area of high pressure has been holding tight, and then now it's going to continue to expand eastward. So get ready for some really, really hot days for the East Coast, more hot days. But right now, we've got temperatures in the 90s. So lots of 90s around here, including Omaha at 93 degrees, Des Moines at 92, Kansas City 90, Wichita 93, Oklahoma City 89 degrees, Little Rock 90 for you, Memphis 87, Chicago 89, Green Bay 83. But you guys have some really strong storms moving through right now. So we're going to get to that in just one moment. Minneapolis 76, Sioux Falls 81, Rapid City 61, and we're seeing Bismarck at 68 degrees. But lots of 90s around here, upper 80s, including Nashville at 89, Memphis at 97, Louisville at 86, Indianapolis 86 degrees, along with Montgomery, and we have Atlanta at 84 degrees. As we head on over to the mid-Atlantic, we've got Roanoke at 81, we've got Baltimore at 77, Philadelphia, 77 degrees. And then to the northeast, we've got, or to the tri-state area, New York City at 76, New Haven 67 degrees, Boston at 71, and we have Buffalo at 75, Pittsburgh 82 degrees, Detroit 83 for you. Look at that strong southerly influence. Let's head on over to the Four Corners. And let's see, let's pick Albuquerque, 73. We have Phoenix at 106, hanging tight in those triple digits. Denver, 82. We're going to go over to the Great Basin, and we're going to take a look at, let's see, Boise, 81 degrees. The Intermountain West, including Salt Lake City, at 77 degrees. The Pacific Northwest, including Seattle, at 70. Portland, with lots of clouds. You guys, some showers there. And then you guys are getting a cold front, so get ready for that. Portland, 84 degrees, and Redding, 94. San Francisco, 72. Los Angeles, 73. San Diego, 3 degrees warmer for you at 76. Wow, wow, wow. Hey, one more, why not? Houston, 85 degrees. I cannot leave Corpus Christi out. You got, Savannah, 83 degrees. All right, we can't leave out Corpus Christi ever, 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 ever. All right, let's get on over to what's happening as far as those weather alerts are concerned. We talked about the fact that we had some storms moving through, and we see those severe thunderstorm warnings still in effect for portions of South Dakota. Now moving from Minnesota into Wisconsin, and my brain stopped because I wanted to see something. We had a local storm report. So did you see the funnel cloud right here? If you're tracking us and watching us on our pages on Weather Co-op across all of our platforms, you would see the funnel clouds. Now, we did have an issue earlier. This small little town, I believe, we did Google it. It was a cute little town. Kirkhoven? Was it Kirkhoven? Okay, so the one in Kirkhoven, here it is right here. And we wanted to do a local storm report from the past, let's do the past 3 hours, right? Because that would have included the funnel cloud that was reported, but it was just a funnel cloud. That's what we have reported. Let's see, we do have both funnel clouds. So this one is in Kirkhoven, right? Let's see, pull this little town up. Let's see if we can get that for you guys. Sorry, it's a little dizzying, right, when I do that. Hang on. Hang tight. Okay. There we go. Sleepy Eye. Kirkhoven was somewhere over here, I believe. Anyway, Kirkhoven, Sleepy Eye, definitely Minnesota. And can you see those line of storms just marching? Boof, they're just pummeling Wisconsin right now. So now we're looking at Eau Claire, Rice Lake, New Richmond, Bloomer, River Falls. Who else? Mondovi, Apple River, Vance Creek, Boyceville, Menominee. If you know how to say that, let me know. I would love to know too. Georgetown, Frederick, Long Lake, Menon, Spooner, Sand Lake, Swiss, Casey, Minong, Hayward, and Dairyland. Look at this. Really strong storms. So let's go ahead and highlight, which we already know. This is a severe thunderstorm warning, right? Because we already know in that yellow, severe thunderstorm warning. And in this case, I'm going to say it's Doppler indicated. It is. Okay, so penny-size hail right now, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and penny-size hail. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually remove the local storms, and we're going to storm track now. Because now we want to watch these guys just march across, and let's get some of our variables in play here. Okay, so now so now we see here. Again, let me take off my shoes. As I told you guys, I'm celebrating fall already, and I've got my bright red little Manolos on. But you can't sit on these, right? For so many reasons. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at these storms that are marching through. These look pretty strong. 2.6 to 5.0 Titan impact range. And let's see. Oh, they're expanding the severe thunderstorm warned area. So this has to be, okay, basically what's happening is if you look, it's got a bit of a bow. I'm going to watch that very closely. Wouldn't be surprised if you start to see like an early rotation warning on it, right? It'll pop up on this because at Weather Co-op, we have everything set in real time, and we really track these storms for you in real time, keep you updated. Just really as everything is happening, like we don't shy away from these. We just keep on tracking with you, and it's bowing out. So this one could be really nasty, especially due to the time, and also just what we're seeing here. So if we zoom on in here, let's pick one of these storm cells. Okay, let's pick this one, for example. So this guy is going through Elmwood, right? Right now, he's got a Titan impact range of 0 to 2.5. This one right here, that's just crossing the state border, also same deal there. Moving into Grantsburg. Anything else that I might want to look at right now would include, let's see here, perhaps absolute vorticity. I see what it is here. All right, once again, it looks like we may have gotten stuck on our graphic, but no worries, guys. We're going to try and get this going. I see what I'm doing here. I'm clicking on something that the computer doesn't like, right? So when that happens, you just got to work with the computer and make sure that it does appreciate what you're doing. And in this case, we're just going to go ahead and leave the computer alone, and we're going to just go ahead and track it moving through Rice Lake right now. You can see the hail that's already being picked up on our exclusive, powerful Watson computer system. And we're also watching the intensity of the storm. We're also looking at the density of the liquid, right? So one of the things that I always tell people is, like, you want to know how dense it is, right? Because the density will kind of give you some insight into, like, see where the blue is? See where that bright blue is as it's going, as it's looping, right? Do you see how it's a 2-hour loop and it's blue? So that's going to tell you that the liquid there, that the type of liquid there is more dense, and that would be a really good indicator of the potential for some hail, right? Hailstones. So that's what we're going to look at now. Eau Claire now getting that severe thunderstorm warning that's expanding and extending outward. Let's see if I can just click off of this for just one moment and then get back to it. And I could. There we go. And we're back in business. That's all we needed to do is shake things up here in the Weather Co-op Weather Studio. Oh, there's another one that's moving right into Minnesota. One's crossing the state line there from South Dakota. There's just like, they're just marching through. A bunch moving through South Dakota, some really strong storms there. Let's see what they're reporting as far as local storm reports. Well, lots of hail. And we have fire weather concerns. So do you see this red here? We highlight that there and just show that. This would be an indicator of the potential for fire weather. So let's see what's happening here as far as that fire weather is concerned. Okay, let's see here. We always like to know, right? Not now. Here we go. Okay. 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 Let's see. We're going to take one moment, guys, as we take a look at this. So, yeah, we've got our red flag warning. And like I said, that's the concern there, of course, would be the threat for fire weather, gusty conditions, really dry conditions. We have gusts that are continuing to be a problem. This red flag warning remaining in effect from 1 p.m. until 9 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time on Tuesday. Gusty winds, low relative humidity, prime conditions for what? Fire weather, of course. So this would include portions of Montana, Washington as well. And you guys saw the fires, right, over the weekend? So unfortunately, whenever we see these conditions, we have to really think about, let me add the wind profile. Can I add it right now? It's been a little bit, oh, there you go. It was temperamental. It's okay. It's got a right to be temperamental. All right, so here we go. Now we're going to go into this. Now we can really dig into this. So we do see the red flag warning fire weather concerns that were issued for Montana, and we're also seeing that for Washington, but we did see some fires as well over the weekend, and so new fires will be a big problem. The relative humidity is very low, and we're seeing strong westerly winds, southwest winds, 15 to 25 miles per hour, but it's the gusts that we're concerned about. Like anytime you see like a gust that could pop up to like 40 miles per hour or could clock at 40 miles per hour, that's a problem. Let's head back over to South Dakota. That's getting hammered once again. Minnesota into Wisconsin. You guys are getting some really strong storms. I'm surprised. Hold on one second, guys. Please hold. Just severe thunderstorm warnings. Okay, but we're watching this because it looks like it's bowing out. We're definitely getting some strong hail. Right now, the impact is still 0 to 2.5, so we want to keep an eye on that. but there's definitely a lot of water getting dumped in a short amount of time. Let's see if we can pick up some of these values of the rainfall rate. So this is almost 3/4 of an inch per hour. I'm curious to see what's going on over here near Eau Claire. Eau Claire. Okay, there we go. About an inch, just over an inch and a quarter of rainfall rate per hour. And so anywhere you're seeing these higher, these brighter values, of course, these blues, indicating that you've got those higher values as far as the rainfall rates are concerned. We can also do rainfall totals, but we'll do that the next time we meet up. Right now, we want to focus on these storms that are moving through. Now, really quick note, guys. So yesterday, there was somebody who chimed in, and I'm always so grateful for what you guys have to explain and tell me, because I'm always open. But this person did have a little bit of an issue with the fact that I was focusing just on storms. Fair enough, okay? I think in this case, because these storms are really strong and moving very quickly, we've got to watch them now moving through Wisconsin. So yeah. I think that's why I focus on those. But if you want to take a quick look at what is a beautiful day, Southern California, beautiful day, right? A gorgeous day here. And there's lots of sunshine there. I'm just saying that somebody wanted me to focus on all of the good weather as well. Fair enough. This isn't some kind of climate change channel here. It's not what we're doing around here. We're just talking about what's happening as far as weather is concerned. And in my situation right here, what I'm focused on is the intensity of rainfall, right? Because we could see flooding, and that's always a problem, and that's always my bigger concern. And then, of course, we could see some big damage. Nebraska. What is happening here? This is a report that we're getting. Let's remove our radar, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be something having to do with a strong storm. Special weather statement, strong thunderstorm, there you go, will impact Frontier County through 9:15 p.m. local time. At 8:21, Doppler indicated a storm along a line extended 14 miles north of McCook to 6 miles north of Holbrook. Movement was northeast at 20 miles per hour. Hazard wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour and a half-inch hail. So radar indicated, so this is something we have to look at because it is radar indicated. Once again, we'll pop our radar back on, and then we will continue along our merry way and show you everything else that's happening across the nation. So as one viewer said, hey, Erica, can you show me some of the good stuff as well? And we'll show you some of the good stuff. That's exactly what we do around here. Okay, so we're going to show you, again, our current conditions across the nation, including 93 degrees for St. George, or 90 for St. George, 93 for Las Vegas, Los Angeles 70 for you, San Diego 73, San Francisco 69, Redding 92, Dallas 82 rather, Portland 81, Seattle 68. You got some clouds, you had some sprinkles earlier. You guys are going to get a cold front. So a cold front's going to sweep on through. Temperatures are going to definitely dip. So by tomorrow, you're going to feel a lot cooler across the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Plains. Salt Lake City, 74 degrees. And as we continue to go eastward, we're seeing Danbury at 74 with some rain. Garden City, 83. Kansas City, 87. 83 for Indianapolis. Hey, Kansas City. Oof, I heard they just... Who's the center they just got? Oof, oof, oof. We just watched it today, my husband and I, and it was Bill Belichick was talking about it. Bill Belichick for presidente. Bill Belichick should run for president. Anybody else? Does anybody else think he should be like defense secretary or something? He is the king of defense, right? So there you go. Chicago 88, Green Bay 80, 71 for Minneapolis, Des Moines 89, Pittsburgh 80, Louisville 83, along with Indianapolis, Nashville, same thing for you, 1 degree warmer for Memphis. Montgomery, Jackson, Mobile in the low 80s, New Orleans in the upper 80s, Atlanta 80, Charlotte 78, along with Roanoke, Baltimore 76, Pittsburgh 80, and 74 for Buffalo. Hey, why not? Montreal 72 degrees. We do forecasts outside of the country. Okay, then we had to go to, what was the next big story, you guys? We talked about this earlier. Gilma. We talked about Gilma, right? Because we were talking about Hone, and then Gilma, and then Hector. So we're talking about the tropics. You're tracking the tropics for Hawaii, Eastern Pacific. We're taking a quick look here at our Futurecast hour by hour as we continue to go through this and move forward. Look what happens. We're going over to the Eastern Pacific, right? Going into the Eastern Pacific. And here you can see the first storm there. Did you see that? That's Tropical Storm Hector. followed by the second one, who's Gilma, right? And then we've got Hone, that's skimmed the islands, but still they got a lot of rain, flooding, and of course, I'm sure we'll get some reports at some point of beach erosion. It happens. But yeah, what I thought was interesting about this as I continue to focus in on Gilma is that hold on a second. Sorry guys. Yes, please hold. Okay, there we go. Gilma was that the HWRF, I thought was kind of an indicator that something could actually make it. Now, do I think it's going to make landfall on one of the Hawaiian Islands as a hurricane? No. I don't even think it'll be a tropical storm. But it doesn't matter because it's still a lot of rain and it's still it's a lot that's happening, right? Anytime you talk about a tropical cyclone or something of that nature. So I thought it was interesting because Hone never really, I never saw where it was actually going to make direct impact or direct landfall, but still it is impacting the Hawaii Islands. I would say that while Gilma is hovering in this area that's a little bit cooler, also don't see that it could be as strong. I just feel like she will perhaps impact Kekaha, Pearl City, and that's because of the model that we're looking at, which is the Hurricane Weather Research Forecast model. And as I said earlier, anytime you're looking to really hone in on a hurricane, you are going to want to look at these meteorologists. Like, these are brilliant people. It's like looking at the Elon Musk of hurricanes, right? So, like, if you had a bunch of Elon Musks that were like hurricane forecasters and hurricane doctors, like researchers, this is what the HWRF is. So if you look here on our Weather Co-op page, this is where you're going to see the live, and this is where you see everything on YouTube and everything. You're going to see that the next system, Gilma, hurricane now, she's not going to be a hurricane by the time she makes it there, but she still will impact them directly, okay? The CMC, or the Canadian model, brushes through Kauna Kakai. That's... I don't know about that one. I'm not loving that model run. Again, I've said this earlier, CMC, the Canadian model. I like it whenever I have to do a little extra, like, quick and dirty math and really calculate something. So in this case, I'm just going to stick with the HWRF. I do think Pearl City. I do think Kekaha. Even if it's like the outer periphery, right, like of Pearl City, for example, I just still think it's something that we want to keep an eye on, right? And then, once again, we'll hit up our storm cells and our really nice weather across Southern California, because I don't want anybody saying that we just focus on bad weather, okay? I just think that sometimes, like, if the weather is great, what do you need to know, right? Like, okay, it's nice. It's nice. It's in the 70s. It's so nice in Southern California. Okay, but we've got to look at what's happening in Wisconsin and more storms, severe storm warnings that have been issued for Nebraska. These are kind of extending. These are really strong storms. Once again, let's take a look at our storm reports, but we're only going to look at our storm reports for the past hour now. There's just too many. Like, if I went for the 24-hour one, like, we'd be here all day looking at storm reports, because that's just so. Look at this. Over the past hour, we have seen lots of, okay, here we go. Funnel cloud reported. Let's pick this up. Funnel cloud in Stockville, Frontier County, Nebraska. Public. Somebody saw it and they said they noted it. Sighted near Medicine Creek Dam. Okay? So, funnel cloud. That's what was reported. So if you're looking at us and watching us on YouTube, which, by the way, we'd love for you to follow us on YouTube, on X, on Facebook. Our app is coming out, right? And we're working on it and developing it. And a lot of the stuff is going to actually be in the app. But if you're so inclined to follow us on YouTube, that'd be great too. It's a baby channel. It's a new channel. And it's nascent, and we're just trying to grow her. Just to make sure that we know what you guys are looking for. Like I said, somebody yesterday was like, can you talk more about sunshine? And I was like, okay, sure. So I did. So today I did. So we're looking at these storm reports over the past hour. Let's see what we have here. This definitely looks like, okay, wind gust report 64 mile per hour. Whoa. Okay, we already talked about this, right? What is a 64 mile per hour wind gust? Nope, it's not a whole gale. Some of you would have guessed that one, right? But you would have been off by 1 degree. Okay, now we're at storm force. Okay, so that's what that, whenever you look at something that's 64 miles per hour or greater, well, until about 75 miles per hour, then you're at a storm force wind, which is widespread damage occurs, larger trees blown over and uprooted. Okay, so this is what we're seeing right now. It's in Martin, South Dakota, and it's Bennett County, 64 mile per hour. The source is Mesonet. Okay, trustworthy source. Let's see what this guy says right here. So rainfall rate in South Dakota, not as bad as we were seeing. Thunderstorm wind gust, another one in Cedar Butte. 58 miles per hour, Mesonet. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, we had this funnel cloud that was reported. This looks like hail. Let's see what we have here. Let's also do our storm tracks again. And let's just focus on what's happening as far as these storms, because these storms are packing quite a punch. And I told you guys. So the reason is, you see all this weather that's happening, and then leaving the middle of the country just hot with nothing happening. That's that area of high pressure that's locked in. It's blocking the atmosphere. It's not budging. It's moving slowly. There's weather to the east, weather to the west. And if you notice that the weather's coming up and around it, right? So there's your dome of high pressure. That's hovering right over the Midwest portion. It's Ohio River Valley, Mississippi Valley, let's see, Tennessee Valley, Appalachians. But now you can see that there's some new storms that are developing across the Carolinas. Just really, really interesting setup. Okay, so we're still tracking these guys over here in Wisconsin. Now we're seeing some storm report. Do you see this guy right here? Okay. Do you see this? Okay, this is what we're tracking right here. This, I'm pretty sure that what we're seeing is, let's see what we have in the Carolinas. This is what I was talking about. So I said, oh, we're seeing stuff in the Carolinas. Do you see this right here? Okay. Here, right here. Flood watch, or flood warning rather. Do you see this? Okay, so now people are like, but Erica, why were you talking about the Carolinas? I wasn't seeing much happening. It doesn't matter. What we're seeing there is the potential for the Waccamaw River at Conway to flood, right? And it doesn't help if we get more rain. So this is what we're going to watch here very closely, because anytime we're seeing a concern for rivers flooding and overflowing, we definitely want to make sure that we keep an eye on that, okay? And then we're going to head on over to the Mid-Atlantic, as we've been saying, and we are seeing this storm cell. It looks like a couple, though. 1, 2. Let me do the last hour. We're going to do a return on this in the last hour, okay? Let's see. Maybe not. I don't think it likes it last hour. All right. Well. Yeah, it didn't like it. All right. Hey. No problem. We'll just, oh my gosh, yeah, look at this. Look at the storm cells. So you probably have, I'm sure we have marine statements, yes. We may be seeing some water spouts as well, although this wouldn't indicate that. It's not giving me that indication anyway. Okay, and then do you see this one right here, Fork Union? Do you see, let's see, Fork Union, Columbia? Do you see this area right here, right? Virginia, do you guys see this right here? Okay, hail. So this is going to fall between that 0 to 2.5 range, right? But we're definitely seeing, let's just click on it because why not? I'm pretty sure it's going to be like special weather statement. It's radar indicated, right? Okay. Yep, radar indicated. Gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects, reduce visibility, and minor flooding possible. I know what I tried doing earlier. Oh man, I hope it doesn't do this to me again. Power outage index. Let's see if we get this. Can we get this? I'm going to click off of it and go back to it. I'm going to have to do this really quickly, guys. Sorry. It just does that. So now we're looking at the threat. So it's this guy right here. Do you see this? If you're following us on our weather co-op pages, you'll see here that these storm cells, do you see these? These storm cells, this one in particular is like, this one's a strong one. I don't really see doing too much except, well, wind gusts would be the problem, but I don't see anything like tornadic. I don't see anything in that sense, but we definitely want to watch that one very closely. We're going to do a couple of things, right? We're going to go wide again, And then we're going to go into our power outage index. And let's see what happens. Once we start looping her, let's see. Let's go ahead and click that on. I think this is always fascinating. Don't you guys want to know, like, when there's storms happening, like, whose infrastructure is the best? Are we getting any power outages threats? No. Although we've gotten reports of power outage. Now I'm only looping it like 2 hours, so that's probably, this was before that, but very interesting. Right? Oh, and we have weather statements up and down New England. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Oh, little Connecticut. Yep. Conditions are favorable, so dense fog to develop. Let's see here. We've got dense fog. This is it. Okay, so it looks like areas of so that's going to be the story, guys, in New England. So we've got the threat of dense fog. Poor little Rhode Island. You're going to be covered in fog. You're going to be like dense fog central. Give us some reports. Hey, we have CPES out there. Somebody give us some good pictures. See what you can get out there. Of course, be safe. But you do see here that now we have a special weather statement issued for portions of New England. Conditions are favorable overnight for dense fog to develop, particularly in areas that are normally vulnerable, so low-lying spots. So just keep in mind that visibility is going to be really poor. It's going to drop to like 1/4 mile or less. All right, so please be aware. We're going to go back out again, and we're going to focus on some other items here. We have that excessive heat watch that's already in effect. Dangerously hot conditions, heat indices near 105. This is in effect from Wednesday afternoon through Wednesday evening. Look, I'm going to tell you, you start thinking about that tomorrow too, because that high pressure that we said is locked in, right? That blocking high, it's going to expand, and as it does, like what's going to be underneath it? A lot of hot air. It's just going to be hot. So just be aware. Reminds me, I gotta call my mom. I haven't called her forever. Okay, and then air quality concerns as well. Usually those two go hand in hand, right? So we have those air quality concerns. Then we head on over to all of our heat alerts across the UP, across, let's see. Let's just start picking. So we've got our excessive heat warnings. We've got our heat advisories. And then we have our air quality concerns as well. Remember, we also have our severe thunderstorm watches and precipitation rate increasing, but severe thunderstorm warnings as well. To the west of that, I'm really concerned about this here because we already saw the wildfires over the weekend, fire weather warning. Unfortunately, more for you, Washington. I'm so sorry. But it's going to be really dry, and we're going to have the concern for wind gusts, okay? We also have the concern in Montana. All right. But as one viewer said, give me some good news. Good news is what? Let's see. I'm here to give you guys really great information. And then I'm really going to keep you updated over the next couple of days, and I'm going to keep you guys safe. And if you want a really good weather news, Southern California, Central California, Northern California, some nice weather there. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s, really comfortable. It's really nice right now in, let's see, Intermountain West. Hey, Utah, you guys got slammed over the past couple of days, so come on now. We love that. We love that you guys have good weather now. But let's see who else is getting some pretty decent weather. Okay, things are quiet right now along the Gulf states, right? So looks pretty good. Looks pretty good there. And western Colorado, looking good there. But a lot of Texas is looking pretty good right now. Oklahoma, but we're definitely seeing lots of storms. We're definitely seeing lots of heat, air quality issues. You're going to notice, I'm actually going to leave this one up for you guys to see. You guys are going to see all of the air quality issues, right? Like those are going to pop up, especially in light of the heat, right? The extreme heat, and also with the really dry conditions that we're seeing. So we're just going to go ahead and leave this graphic up that you're seeing here right now. Or should I leave up Gilma? Do you guys want this graphic up, or do you guys want Hurricane Gilma? I could leave this one up. totally. Anyway, share your thoughts. I'm always excited if you guys, share your thoughts with me. Let me know what you think. We can include this. How about that? And maybe we can take off the temperature contour. Oh, no, that doesn't read well. This is a lot. Okay. Do you guys want to see we can leave this up. We can just leave our temperatures up so that you guys can see just how hot it is in your neck of the woods. And that's it. All right, guys, I am signing off for tonight. I'm certified broadcast meteorologist Eric Martin. Have a great night, and I will see you in the morning. All right, bye. Hugs, guys. Bye, guys. Also, you guys have a great night, too, and thank you so much for joining us. Let me see if I can answer some of these questions. Have anybody ask questions? Thank you so much to all the people that are following us now. I mean, just a few, but we're getting started, and definitely we're putting a lot more effort into our YouTube channel. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for being there for us and for always supporting us. Have a great one. Bye.